everybody, what's up? It's Ross Walters, your favorite internet harmonica teacher, right? I have a really fun lesson today regarding what we call warbles, blues warbles. And we're going to talk about something that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, which is playing these on the chromatic harmonica. And we're going to investigate playing these in all of the keys, and if we possibly can do that. And I'm going to show you where you can and you can't do these. So I don't know who originally coined the term warbles as it relates to a harmonica technique. I've got the internet right here, and I have warble up as a couple definitions. It's a verb, to sing softly and with a succession of constantly changing notes. And there's pictures of birds and stuff. A warbling sound or utterance. So it's related to birds, but the basic concept of the warble, and here's my rule for these, is they have to be holes, two holes that are right next to each other, and they have to be the same breath direction. And on diatonic harmonica, you've heard this sound. It's what I opened up the video with, right? So between holes 4 and 5, draw. Usually it opens up with a bend. We start it with a bend. You don't have to, but take it down a hole, right, to holes 3 and 4. You can even play a blow warble between the two. Check it out. There's a C chromatic. This is a C Pocket Pal, probably my cheapest harmonica. Here's a C diatonic. Here's a C chromatic, which is the focus of this lesson. So we can play the same exact thing on the chromatic, but I'm going to talk about doing this in the other keys. The key of G is real good, and I want to focus on I did this with the lesson about slide turns in all of the keys, and I said this is the nerdiest possible thing, but I actually created another table for slide turns, and I have the keys on this side, and then I have the intervals up here. So we're going to focus on, these are scale intervals, not holes. So between the 3rd and the 5th, and between the 5th and the flatted 7. So that's these two in the key of G. Then, right. Then I can't do the other one in this key, but between the 1 and the flatted 3, right? So I do want to point out that this technique is not exclusive to harmonica players, but is very an idiosyncratic harmonica playing sound. So you'll hear piano players, right? So let me demonstrate 1 in the flat 3. That would be, that's that warble. So the transitionary one that I said was between the two on cross harp. That's between 4 and 6. 4th and the 6th degree of the scale, and we're going to just leave that out of our treatise, this thing that I've put together. We're going to look at between the 3rd and the 5th and the flatted 7th, and between the root and the flatted 3rd. I've got the table of warbles. I will get this up on the website. You can download the PDF, which is a portable document format. And some other lesson I said some goofy thing. Who knows? Sometimes I look and I edit my lessons and it's like, why am I saying the wrong words all the time? But I try my best. We're going to go through all the keys, and I do want to I do want to point something else out that complicates things a little bit, so we're talking about keys, but it may be more helpful to think of these as individual chords where you can do these. And I just want to point out that say we go say we're playing a blues in C, right? Now then we get to the 5 chord. Right? I just did a warble off of the G. So the warbles that go 3 to 5, from the 3rd to the 5th, when you get to the 5 or the 4 chord, you can employ those. So that would be like we're going to look at the key of F sharp eventually here. And the key of F sharp is a funny one because it is the only key on here where we can't do warbles in any of these 3 locations. However, when we get to the 5 chord, let's go to the key of F sharp. Am I jumping around too much? We're going to go to F sharp now. When we get to the 5 chord in F sharp, then to the B chord, the 4 chord. One more time so you can hear it. Key of F sharp, we can't do any warbles, but the blues is not a static harmonic sequence. It's got at least 3 chords in it, so at least like a standard 12-bar blues. So when we get to the 4 and 5 chord, we have other warble options. So I don't want to confuse everybody and try and go through every key and talk about the 4ths and the 5ths and where you can do these, but as I go through these, I am thinking keys. I am also thinking individual chords, like a G chord, and the fact that G is the 4 chord in a D blues. So conceivably we could do a warble on the 4 chord of a D blues, thinking of the G chord, right? Anyway, I said it was a fun lesson, and there's all these rabbit trails, but check it out, everybody. So the key of C, the only place we can do it is between the 3rd and the 5th. And I was wrong. We can do it in 2 places: the root and the flatted 3rd. Taking advantage of our draw C, we can do C to E flat. So we got 2 places we can do the warble in the key of C. Let's take it up a half step. D flat, we can only do it between the 3rd and the 5th. The key of D, we can do it between 1 and the flat 3. And that would work well if the D chord was a minor quality, right? That'd be a haunting sound, right? So, or in a regular major key blues, when it gets to the 4 chord, that would be appropriate to play that. Let's talk about E flat, same situation. Some of these warbles, when it permits me to, I will do a slide grace note into the note. Like that. B flat, I'll attack it half step below. It substitutes for a bend. And then when I can't do that, I'll bend the pitch a little bit. Sorry, I said B flat. E flat. take it up a half step, and this is cool to know that we can do this one, because this is my favorite warble, is between the 5th and the flatted 7, and we can do it in the key of E. We can also do it between the root and the minor 3rd. Right. We're taking it up a half step, and we find that we can do it in the same spots. In the key of F, I love the key of F anyway. It was just super cool to find out that I could go. Taking advantage again of the draw C. Then, between F and A flat, taking advantage of the alternate F, in this case too. If you don't know about the alternate C and F, then you need to buy my harmonica method. I teach all that stuff. Let's go to F sharp, where we don't have any, but I demonstrated that we can play them off of the other chords of the C sharp and the B, right? Right? F sharp blues, we can do it off the 5 and the 4 chord. But technically, on the F sharp chord, we're kind of stuck. We don't have that available. The key of G is pretty good. We have 2 of them between 3 and 5 and the 5 and flat 7, as I've already demonstrated. We also have this one on the blow chord that's available. Taking it up a half step, we have the same thing that we can do in A flat. And plus we have this option of doing the slide grace note. We're going to go up to the key of A. And this one may feel a little funny for blues players, because this is actually the same one we did in the key of C between the 3rd and the 5th, but in the key of A it's going to be between 5 and flat 7. But what I was trying to say is that this is a warble that is performed on blow notes, which is a little bit different for blues players to feel and experience. Anyway, there it is. Key of A, we can do that one warble there. Key of B flat, up a half step. That's between the 3rd and the 5th. Then, using our blow F, we can go 5th to the flatted 7th. We're almost done. The key of B, we can do from the major 3 to the 5th, which is pretty cool that we can do that. Anyway, so that's all of the keys, and this lesson didn't come out as concise as I wanted it to, but I'll probably just proceed. I do want to talk about a fiddle player that I've heard use this technique, and that guy's name was Sugarcane Harris. And I don't know if he's even still alive anymore, but I've got this Frank Zappa record that he plays on, and he's so soulful, so bluesy, and he does that warble thing a lot. And I've heard saxophone players do it. Hang on. My alto saxophone, and I have Let me know if anybody's interested in saxophone lessons, all right? But I have one spot. See, typically it's a minor third interval when you do it off. Well, when you do it off of the fifth, it's a minor third interval, and I have one key combination where I can do that. This high key right there, playing the B and then doing that. So there's the saxophone lessons free of charge. A quick way to get a minor third trill on the saxophone, and then we can use it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please push the subscribe button. Within the next couple weeks, please swing by my website, and my harmonica method should be ready for purchase.